What's up, Totem Pole Nation? This is Patt with Lambo's World of Sports. Lambo is out today with some illness, so we're wishing a speedy recovery for him, of course. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And then also, if you wanted to get some cool Totem Pole merch, like this sweatshirt I'm wearing right here, you could go to the store that is in the page description. And with that, let's get right into it. We have the 12th ranked class of LSU today. We have 23 commits committed so far, 17 4-stars and 6 3-stars. And I'm going to start with the top 5 recruits that they have grabbed so far based on their 247 ranking. First off, we have a 4-star safety, Deshaun McBride. He is 6'2", 200 pounds, from Denham Springs High School in Denham Springs, Louisiana. He is the 48th ranked player nationally, the 3rd ranked safety, and the 2nd ranked player in the state of Louisiana. He also runs track. He is a 11:09 100-meter dash runner and placed 3rd at the indoor state championships in the long jump last year. So he's got speed, he's got explosiveness, and when you're covering, SEC receivers, that's what you're going to need as a safety. So all good things there. Next up is a 4-star tight end, Trey Des Green, 6'6.5", 240, from Zachary High School in Zachary, Louisiana. He's a 59th ranked player nationally, 4th ranked tight end, and the 3rd ranked player in Louisiana. He also received multiple D1 basketball offers as well. And if you remember that era of the NFL, when Jimmy Graham would be on the TV, what did they mention every time? Well, this guy's a good tight end because he played basketball. Well, here you have it. You have another guy who's a D1 level basketball player, and he's ready to make an impact at the tight end spot. Next up, 4-star wide receiver in Jelani Watkins, 5'9", 160, from Atascocita High School, in Humble, Texas. 95th ranked player nationally, the 17th ranked wide receiver, and the 15th ranked player in Texas. Next up, we have a 4-star cornerback, Kai Bates, 6'1.5", 180 pounds, from Edgewater High School in Orlando, Florida. 103rd ranked player nationally, the 9th ranked cornerback, and the 15th ranked player in the state of Florida. And rounding out their top 5, we have a wide receiver, 4-star, Kylan Below. Excuse me for not knowing how to pronounce that all the way. 6'3", 195, from Terrebonne High School in Houma, Louisiana. He's ranked 105 nationally, the 21st ranked wide receiver, and the 4th best player from the state of Louisiana. And then, like I just said, I just mentioned 3 guys from Louisiana. I'm going to get into 3 other commits that they have from their home state. Starting off with a 4-star linebacker right here, Tylen Singleton. He's 6'1", 208, from Many High School in Many, Louisiana. 148th nationally, 14th ranked linebacker, and the 5th player from Louisiana. Next up, athlete Michael Turner. Skinny dude. He is 6'1", 150. What? 6'1", 150. I don't know. They're, LSU, they got some good, they got a good weight room. They got a good strength program. They'll get him beefed up the way he needs to be. He's from John Curtis High School in New Orleans, Louisiana. He's a 220th ranked player nationally, the 12th ranked athlete, and the 6th ranked player in Louisiana. He plays wide receiver and safety. And like I said, obviously needs to put on some serious weight before getting consistent PT, especially in the SEC, and especially if he hangs on the defensive side. There's no way he can go out there like that. But looking at his athleticism, he's incredibly fast. He runs a 10.59 100-meter dash, and he also has a 6-foot high jump. So the dude's an all-around athlete, obviously. And we'll see whether he's on the offensive side or defensive side. With the explosive ability he has, I think obviously it could be very useful in both spots. And then next up here, we've got a 4-star cornerback in Jawan Johnson, 5'11", 188 from Lafayette Christian Academy in Lafayette, Louisiana. He is the 244th ranked player nationally, the 22nd ranked cornerback, and the 8th ranked player from Louisiana. So why I wanted to hit on, their in-state guys so much, they have 8 of the top 10 recruits from the state of Louisiana. And then obviously you see that they leak into the states within their footprint, and that includes Texas, that includes Georgia, Alabama, all those schools. States, excuse me. They've picked a handful of players from each of them, and obviously it's LSU. Brian Kelly's doing his thing, continuing to recruit well, and I think so far this looks to me like he's on the right track. But we've seen A&M do the same thing, put great classes together, and not be able to put it together on the field. Looking at their depth chart, though, it gives, more hope than I would have for, say, Texas A&M, which we've already done a video on if you wanted to go back in the Lambo's World of Sports catalog and get some insight on that. You can go ahead and find that. But their starting wide receivers are juniors and seniors. They have plenty of youth behind them. And then they're also bringing in 2 top 21 wide receivers in the country to that already very solid wide receiver room, led by obviously Neighbors, who, if he doesn't go this year, next year he's going to be a very high pick, I believe, in the draft. Their O-line room is overwhelmingly old. It just seniors, redshirt seniors, juniors everywhere. They have a couple of young guys, but like I said, majority are redshirt seniors and juniors. They're bringing in 4 3-star O-linemen, so not much to really go into the starting lineup right away. 2 interior O-linemen and 2 tackles. So, excuse me, that is 4 O-linemen that they are bringing in. All 3 stars, like I said, so definitely not making an immediate impact on the depth chart, but it gives them some room, I guess, to build on it in years to come. Because you can't just have a bunch of 3 stars on your O-line in the SEC, and especially as LSU. But they'll get that figured out. They have a lot of depth at tight end, and they're adding one of the best tight ends in the country in Tradez, like I mentioned already. So it'll be interesting to see if he redshirts or if he gets on the field early. I'm not sure, just because of how young the majority of that room is regarding the tight ends. But like I said, he's one of the top tight ends in the country. So, it's up to them, of course, but it'd be kind of – I want to see him on the field is what I'm saying. Linebacker and safety rooms, multiple seniors are starting. They're bringing in 2 4-star safeties and 2 4-star linebackers. So they're beefing up the rooms where they're losing guys, and they're adding depth into rooms where they don't need it, really minus the O-line, which I already mentioned. The cornerback room is super young, and then they're adding a lot more young talent as well. So that room is going to continue to be young with the flow that it seems like they have. And then obviously LSU's quarterback, Jayden Daniels, is a senior. They have a couple guys behind him to hopefully replace his production, but they're also bringing in a 4-star QB in Colin Hurley. He's 6 feet tall, 213, played at Trinity Christian Academy in Jacksonville, Florida. He's 326 nationally, 17th quarterback, and the 35th player from the state of Florida. And as I've mentioned in videos before, 35 in Florida is a top 15, a top 10 guy in other states as well, like including Virginia. Looking at like Virginia Tech's recruiting class, we're trying to focus on guys in the top 10 in the state. And by the end of that, it's like low 4 stars, high 3 stars. Whereas this quarterback here is very well, a mid 4-star, and anywhere else besides, Florida, Texas, California, Georgia, and maybe Ohio, he'd be a top 15, a top 10 guy. So it seems like they're in good hands. I don't know. Brian Kelly's going to have to get some stuff together. Obviously, the more wins you have and the more stability it looks like your program has, the better recruits you'll get. maybe you can slide some 5 stars in there. It's kind of weird looking at an LSU recruiting class without seeing 5 stars. But it comes with building the culture. He's basically, he's getting his own guys in there, and we'll see what the actual Brian Kelly product looks like in a couple years, I think. But that'll be it for the LSU recruiting video. Next 5 minutes or so, I'll be getting into the Oklahoma recruiting video. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Definitely hit the like, leave a comment if you liked something or if you didn't. And then, as always, subscribe. Thank you for watching.